life finder keeps Maev up. It was going to be a close thing.
And healing, what? Get out of, no! No!
Triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze.
It's a death metal, though.
Death metal into the double, triple kill.
Welcome everybody to the show. Here we are for a replay cast in the afternoon here, as there was only one left for me to do, so I'm just gonna get it done. Maybe we'll see. I might be able to get some do the other replay cast as a co-cast with Arrow tomorrow. Help me catch up a little bit, but yeah, he's a machine. It's really hard to keep up. Anyways, we'll be going into the match of Durotan's Couch versus Die for Vision. Might have a little bit of side swapping going on between games. I really wish they would stop doing that, but oh well. Anyways, so we're gonna have Durotan's Couch on the blue side and Die for Vision on the red side, which isn't exactly expected, or at least it's not the way it's supposed to be. But a good little anti-caster troll tool, the swap mechanic on the Soothsayer, is pretty nice. Here are your map picks and bans. I have sorted out how to get this all sorted out. So, map pick went to, I don't know who wins coin toss, but I did know that map pick went to Durotan's Couch. They banned out Dragonshire and Infernal Shrines and picked BOE, and bans coming out from Die for Vision were for Sky Temple and Volskaya. So, we will be going to BOE for game number 1. And let's get right to it, shall we? Let's pop this into the match. Make sure everything is showing up properly. Alrighty, just making sure it's good. Okay, it is good. We are here. We are ready to go. So let's get a little bit acquainted with the draft. Unpress the pause button. Bring up the little statistics on the side. We have on Durotan's Couch, Captain Wedge on the Artanis, A Fish playing Kel'Thuzad, Sailor Twift on the Vala, Big Aggro playing Muradin, and Wildcard playing Whitemane. And on the side of Die for Vision, we have Leonidas playing the Rainer, Earl Schlepp on the Diablo, Atlas playing Tyrande, Sulfide on the Sylvanas, and Shamhat playing Blaze.
Let the battle begin.
Let's make sure I can get all the chat and stuff set up. We're gonna see the opening handshake come in here, though I don't anticipate a whole lot will be going down. All right, there is the opening handshake. A bit of stacks there for Kel'Thuzad. He managed to get 2. Sulfide getting pretty low. The Twift was also getting a tiny bit low, so it wasn't a terrible trade. But yeah, Kel'Thuzad's really going to want to try to get these stacks nice and early. As you can see, he's going to get one more. Doesn't get the chain. Does have to step up a little bit to see if he can get the actual follow-up, roots or any of that kind of stuff. But nothing else really happens. We still only have the 3rd stack in place. Now, interesting to see if Big Aggro goes for Storm or Sledgehammer for the extra race. Now, I've been seeing Kel'Thuzad quite a bit these last few weeks, and on this map, I think I've casted it about 2 to 3 times now. Still not entirely sold on the pick, or we have the 5th stack picked up by A Fish doing his best. I can see the power of the pick if you can get those stacks nice and early, but if you're not getting them until, midway or late into the game, I feel like the pick hurts you more than it's actually going to help, but nice 7 stacks there for A-Fish. Doing a good job in trying to get this all up. Let's take a look at the top lane. Blaze Artanis. Always going to be an interesting matchup. Kind of just depends. Blaze can outclear Artanis overall. Artanis can outduel Blaze. And when it comes down to the camps, Blaze is going to have to be quick on this. He is going to come in. He does get scouted out, so Captain Wedge pulls back. There's only going to be 1 minion here, and so he's going to see if he's a little brave, and he's going to pop up in there. I think Shamhat wants him to take a bit more damage. We're at 10 stacks, though, so A-Fish getting some good combos here. Another 2. So almost halfway there already. Whitemane did make the rotation, but of course I missed the kill down here in the bottom lane where Valo goes down. 35 stacks at 3 minutes is actually quite good. Sylvanas definitely getting value out of that Q build. So the initial burn is going to go to Die for Vision, as they had positioning advantage there with the 4-man spawns raided in the bottom lane, and Durotan Scouts wasn't quite in place to do anything about it. They're going to try to punish, though, Earl Shep's mobility. See if they can get the kill here. Samhat does come in with a nice 3-man stun to peel him out. So I think they're just going to tap and then come back in. Stormbolt misses, does not quite land on it. Champion's not even going to go for the tap. He figures he's going to get the heal up. But here comes the stun and into a big root, and that's probably going to be the end of Raynor. So Die for Vision kind of ill-advisedly going through this little corridor here into a Kel'Thuzad who's now at 21 stacks. I mean, this is exactly what you want to get out of this hero. If you can get stacked by the end of the first Immortal phase, I mean, that's insanely good and would actually be a good pick. We did get the Plague Lands. It's supposed to chain build, but I'm not going to pretend. Oh, nice timing. A-Fish patient, making sure that he gets that stack. He can't get any kills off of it, but nice stun coming in from Earl Schlepp. Saw Vala making the aggressive rotation. Found her, and it might still be a dead... Oh, if he got one more auto attack, that was a dead Sailor Twist, but he did not manage to pull it off. So Immortal's going to be pushing here. It is early game Immortal, and we do have, Raynor, Sylvanas poking this out, and that's going to be really good. Like, those 2 heroes are fantastic. The chain goes through the wall, trying to see if he can catch somebody off it, but no additional stacks for Kel'Thuzad here. And another good wall slam by Earl Schlepp. He's going to get rooted. That's going to give a 3 stack to Kel'Thuzad. And, they didn't get a ton of structure damage. And, they didn't manage to get a kill there. But just the fact that he could get almost at 25, 26, 28 now. Wow. Almost to 30 stacks here on Kel'Thuzad at 5 minutes into this game is exactly what you need to do with this hero on this map. Again, seriously, if you don't do that, all of your other plans fall apart. So, pretty close to getting where we need to be. That is going to be the completion right there for both Muradin and Kel'Thuzad at 6 minutes, respectively. 1 and 2 seconds over. And that's where the damage is going to start coming in here, and Sulfide is going to eat that damage. It is definitely going to come through there. And so that's going to be another kill for Durotan's Couch.
I will reach your position shortly.
Jamhat getting into a brawl with Artanis, though not exactly the wisest thing I generally would say. Artanis is usually going to win that. Single target damage is significantly better than Blaze's, and he, of course, with the shields means he doesn't take a lot of damage anyways. And definitely not against Blaze. Blaze 1v1 damage is pretty much garbage. It's good if you go not this build, basically. If you go Crossfire build, I can see Blaze actually somewhat making a difference there against Rotanus, because he can actually kite him, and if he goes for the bigger oil spills, he can slow him and kite him a bunch and get damage in that way. But if he's just going to sit there and brawl in melee range 1v1, but we can see here, though, the level 10's giving Durotan's Couch a huge advantage. And that is going to be Immortal number 2 going to the side of Durotan's Couch. This is going to be going top lane. This damn thing is almost a full shield Immortal, so that's going to be a huge increase here. So no one even stepping up to get any initial poke damage on it. They're just going to let the towers do it. And I think this type of decision means you're almost certainly not going to be defending this keep. And I can see why they were nervous about it. Having those long-range pulls, that burst damage. Right at the end, the Rain of Vengeance is going to pick off the Sylvana, so that's going to be a kill. And yeah, this fort's definitely going to go down, but can they get more? And it looks like a nice Stormbolt onto Tyrande is going to make sure that she dies. Earl Schlepp going to dodge the Shadow Fisher, which was just placed kind of between here and trying to get to the well. So I don't mind that placement. He was just trying to see if he could anticipate it, but Wedge is going to take that sidewall down so that they can threaten anyone on this side trying to defend. And that's going to be a keep wall. And I got to say, Durotan's Couch is significantly ahead in this matchup here on game number 1. Sylvana's trying to get some return damage onto Sailor Twift there. Nice Stormbolt to peel her out. Is Sledgehammer build with Perfect Storm, which means that thing's going to be doing a significant amount of damage as we start scaling into this game, as long as he continues to land those Stormbolts. So, Vala getting in there with Repeater Arrow to get some damage onto Die for Vision. Zones them off of the wave, and that's going to push up. They're not going to push too much farther into it. Blaze again down in the bot lane, dueling out with Captain Wedge. The swap does not land. And there goes the Kel'Thuzad combo onto Sylvanas again, and that's going to be another kill. That's the problem here. The squishies can't step up if they're going to be getting hit with those chains. And we have Chains of Ice, which is going to increase the slow, which means that it's really hard to dodge that combo without a cleanse. We did get the cleanse, but still hard to dodge that combo, generally speaking. But here's going to be another big one. The bunker is going to come out and actually save Shamhat and Earl Schlepp. But there goes another combo onto Leonidas. Shadowfisher might be coming out if it's not on cooldown. It is not on cooldown, but he didn't need to use it, as the damage from Q is more than enough to secure the kill. We are going to see A-Fish go down, though, as he got flipped over by Diablo and pushed into the tower range. So, nice consolation prize by Die for Vision, but they did lose a fort off of that push, and positional advantage is still going to be in favor of Durotan's Couch. And Kel'Thuzad also could just buy back. I'm not entirely certain why he hasn't yet. Maybe he forgot that that was the thing, or they just figured that they have such a good positional advantage at this moment that it doesn't really matter if he uses that then and there. Might as well save it for another time. So we're going to see Die for Vision try to get defensive, but we saw a big chunk of damage coming down from Big Agrol from that Sledgehammer. And again, 24 stacks is pretty decent. If he gets up to 40 stacks, he's going to be doing 1,000 plus damage to that Immortal. That's going to be insane. So here comes a triple stun from Shamhat. We're going to see the APOC go out. The kill does end up onto Sylvanas. Bunker saving Blaze, but a little bit too late. Now he's kind of stuck. That's going to be a kill. 3-for-0 exchange for Durotan's couch. Really getting ahead here. Kill and kill as well as new habits were completed in that exchange, but not the position you want to be in right now. In fact, I would say that Die for Vision is in a dire spot, especially since Leonidas is going to get picked off here by the Kel'Thuzad. Now, they're swapping sides to push in. I think this is fine. You're going to secure 2 keeps, but it's almost like deciding that this isn't going to end the game. Because, I don't know, it's really rough. They are going to go for the game call, so that's fine. But they don't have an Immortal pushing in on this. So they're buying time for the Immortal while going for the core, banking on the fact that they're split, pushing it in, give them a window that they need to actually get this down. And I think it might work out. They just need to keep committing to it. I don't know why they're backing away here. We do see the stun coming in on Tyrande. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is over. That's going to be a 2-for-0 exchange. That's going to be the game. Durotan's couch taking game number 1. And let's give everybody a little bit of an idea of what we saw in this matchup here. Sailor Twift doing a really good job in making sure that she's not feeding any kills and getting all the burn that she needed into, as well as like all of that burst damage coming out from Q build. But I am definitely going to state that that Kel'Thuzad getting those stacks nice and early made a huge difference. They were already kind of winning in the early game there. But getting it done in about 6 minutes means that all of those combos become death combos. They become threats to any squishies caught in them. So it's an absolutely fantastic run for the squad in blue. Let's pop up the talent trees so everyone can take a look to see what we saw out of this. No one's seen White Man in a while, so we might as well take a look to see what we've got. But it's pretty much the standard White Man build. With the Clemency, High Inquisitor, Intercession, Harsh Discipline, and Shared Punishment. This is very aggro build, but good on this map in particular. I like the Dwarf Launch. I like the Bronzebeard Rage. Interesting Q build here. I think it helps with the Immortal race to some degree. Also with the lower wave clear, this definitely helps increase that. Maybe it is the way to go. I don't play Kel'Thuzad very often, and I would say that Afish probably has a better clue into what works than I do. And the Artanis build, Triple Strike and Blades of the Templar, just going in for all of that all-in auto attack damage. I do think there's a few other builds you can do with that, but definitely reasonable. Anyways, that's going to be that. Let's go to a break while I set up game number 2. We will be right back. We are back for game number 2 between Durotan's Couch and Die for Vision. Luckily, they didn't reswap, so we're back. We're still Durotan's Couch on the blue side, Die for Vision on the red, which is nice. The match link didn't really help me out, so I wasn't able to figure out who was actually map picked this one, so I just kind of said it was Durotan's Couch. I don't know if that's true or not. So I don't, in the end, it's not really going to matter. So, but we are pretty much ready and set up to go. Let's just go into the overview really quick. We will be going to Tomb of the Spider Queen again. I don't really know who took this, but since they Die for Vision took first pick in the last round, I'm just assuming they took it in the next one too as well. But you never know. I mean, it's obvious that they could have not been the ones that won the coin toss and the map pick was taken by Durotan's Couch, but you never really know. I don't know. We're just guessing. But we can get into the game here. And here we go. Durotan's Couch, we have Sailor Twift on the Alarak, Captain Wedge playing Stukov, Wildcard on the Jaina, Afish on the Rainer, and Big Egg Roll playing Stitches. And on the other side, we have Die for Vision in the red, Atlas playing Rexar, Leonidas on the Kael'thas, Shamhat on the Brightwing, Sulfide on the Falstad, and Earl Schlepp on the Johanna. Now, interesting, Tomb of the Spider Queen, double global. It's not a big map. Globals don't exactly have the best value here, but hey, I mean, both heroes do have interesting things that can be good with, you know, outside of just the ability to fly to locations, and they still can very much get to places quickly on the map, and that can be beneficial at times. So while the value of globals is somewhat mitigated in the end, they're strong enough heroes that they do enough good things on the map that whether you have the global or not isn't really going to matter. We're actually going to see the teleport used right there just to buff up the damage or the health numbers there. Sulfide is already still at about half health. He needs to get in range of that Brightwing to be able to regain some of it, but Leonidas is really getting poked out by the Rainer as he was stepping up to get damage onto Big Egg Roll. In the bottom lane, we're going to see Alarak versus Rexar. And generally speaking, Rexar is going to win that exchange. Alarak's Wave Clear does not keep up with Rexar. He's got to get a lot of damage onto Atlas and combo a bunch off of this, but I don't know if that's really going to happen too frequently here. We're going to E-build Alarak. So, slight rotation advantage here for Durotan's Couch. Trying to insert that dominance. We did see some changes from each side in roles. You sometimes see this in D and C, and hell, I mean, sometimes you even see it in B. VMS was famous for playing a style of, well, I know this specific hero. Yeah, it's not a specific role, but I know the hero really well, and as long as the calls are good and you understand what to do with those heroes, you know, making that type of decision's all right. So it can definitely be effective. It also makes it hard to ban people out because you don't really know what direction they can kind of transition into. Well, there's at least no role targeting. You can definitely still remove certain heroes. So Misha dies, but the fly does come in from Sulfide, and we can see actually a little bit of value coming out from the global here, enough to at least secure the camp, but Sulfide might die. He does manage to get away, but the slow almost comes. Captain Wedge looking to snipe out Sulfide there, but doesn't quite manage to be able to get it. So we're going to see Falstad go ahead and be back to town to get the health reset. It looks like we're going to get a bit of a lane reestablishment here with the but Sulfide also seeing if he can sneak in 7 gems, but that's just not going to happen. Stitches, though, pulls someone in without having any backup and actually gets poked down pretty hard for his trouble. Falstad, I know was thinking about using his E to get out of that situation, but realized that he could just turn around and dish the damage he needs to. Speaking of damage, let's take a look at the numbers. Alarak getting a lot of stacks here off of Misha and Rexar. I don't know about stacks, but at least getting lots of damage. The rest sitting around a healthy 5,000 to 7,000 damage. Falstad is in big trouble. I think he's positionally out of place and is gonna die. Sorry about the yawns, guys. I'm just not in it today. That's going to be first blood by Durotan's Couch here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and that allows them to get 7 first, so they're going to see if they can step up and get the remaining 4 gems they need here on to the objective. Gonna have to come from the top, though, so it's got to be for the Raynor. Jaina was thinking about it, but Raynor's the one with the gems, so... And there's not going to be stall out on this, so that means first is going to go to the blue team. Now, first objective doesn't necessarily guarantee any lead in this game. Kind of depends what you can get out of it. We're going to see the immediate 4-man push into the top lane. Rexar is going to try to deal with the bottom. Brightwing's going to need to teleport up if she didn't already teleport down. I think that might have been exactly what happened. She went for the down teleport. Dive Vision makes the rotation up top just to try to mitigate any further advantage out of this top Web Weavers. It's still at half health, so it can definitely push up here onto the well. They'll probably get the well. I don't know if they'll get the kill on Earl Schlepp. He did get the tap and is getting some nice passive healing. They'll get a bit of damage here onto the structure, and that's pretty much where it's going to end. Misha Bear does go down, and that's actually really good. Alarak means, it does mean that Alarak is going to be taking a huge advantage here in the bottom lane. And that's 2 front walls, 2 wells, and a half a fort in damage in the first Web Weaver phase. That's pretty good for Durotan's Couch, actually. Earl Schlepp's going to try to push up this camp here that they were able to gather. They are just a little bit away from a turn-in. 10s are about to come in for Durotan's Couch. So it's a bit of a risky time to be going for those turn-ins, but they're not going to get everything in yet. Although Atlas is doing his best, but he's going to get stalled out by the silence coming up from Stukov. 10s are still available. Leonidas seeing if he can get a little bit of... And all this, these waves keep getting pushed into forts, and there's no one there to stop them. But we do see Big Aggro walking up into Die for Vision. Might be in a bit of trouble here. He's trying to get that... Although, yeah, he was just trying to get the Putrid Bile onto everything. And plus a hook onto Shamhat means that he's going to go down. That's another kill for Durotan's Couch. Things looking... still pretty rough for the side of Die for Vision. No turn-in attempted here on the side of Die for Vision, so it is going to go back over to Durotan's Couch. That does get stalled out a little bit longer. 21 not able to jump in. but it's a foregone conclusion here. They are going to get the second turn in. This bot fort, I think, is pretty much forfeit. Mid fort lost its well and has taken a bunch of damage as well. So snowballing that second turn in into some weak positional forts, actually, for the side of Die for Vision. And this is how you can start snowballs. So, but we do see Sailor Twift getting caught out. There goes the Blessed Shield. I think they're going to get the kill. And that is definitely going to nerf some of the power of this Web Weaver phase. I think bottom is a foregone conclusion. It will die. Falstad is going to go down there to see if he can clear it out, but I really don't think he's going to make it in time. Top fort, I think, is going to go down as well. But they are pretty extended here, and it is a 4v4. They are going to come up here and see if they can get the damage. Future Brawl dropping to make sure that the engagement doesn't come in too hard. And Die for Vision is just like, well, you know, they dropped the ultimate. Let's just walk out. We don't really need to do anything else here. We already kind of dropped things like Blessed Shield. Earlship taking a lot of damage on the wall, and they're actually pushing up very well here onto the keep wall. Falstad did save the bottom fort, so I was completely wrong. And a decent defense. I mean, they did save 2 forts from getting that kill on Alarak. Though they are going to be pushing up here to see if they can secure this anyways and get a little bit more value. But Boris comes out, so does Blessed Shield. And that's going to keep a fish into a bad position. Sailor Twift also not exactly great, but he's going to be able to telekinesis himself out of trouble. So that's still only 1 kill, but that is definitely helping Die for Vision get back control of this game. And they will get their own Web Weaver turn, and top lane is not pushed out. We're going to see the fly coming in from Falstad. And this is where we are seeing some of the value of that global actually coming into play. It was effective in making sure that the bottom fort did not go down, though it is pretty much dead. And we actually might see them push this lane up to see if they can actually snipe that fort real quick. Having catapults in this lane could really help out. But all you can really get is an E, and that's not going to do a ton of damage, so... Mid lane, however, is going to be pushed in as 4, with top lane being pushed out by Falstad. So we'll see how hard they commit to this mid aggression. Stitch is making his way into the mid lane, but realizes that coming in from the flank is probably a risky maneuver. But Jaina and Rain are doing a really good job in clearing up this mid Web Weaver, and it's not going to get a lot more value. But really, all that they care about here, I think, is getting this top lane down. If they can get this fort here in the top lane out of the way, that'll make boss plays more valuable. And we're going to see the engagement actually coming in, but that is going to be Blessed Shield, making a solid counter-strike coming out to keep Sailor Twift alive. But I don't think he's going to stay alive much longer. Misha does go down, but a fish is also in a bit of a bad spot. Earlship needing to use his Iron Skin to make sure that it doesn't go down, and Falstad is still pretty low, so it is only going to be a 1 kill for Misha, which is a good exchange. Die for Vision in these later fights have definitely been kind of clutching it out. Let me go for the talents here. I haven't been showing those as frequently as I should have. So, Ice One Fury with Stormfront Blizzard build, Jaina. Interesting pick. Shamhat gonna get pulled in, stunned, silence, rooted, and is gonna die. That was a really good pick off chain there, using a lot of CC to get the advantage. Web Weavers are going to be for the red side, and the good thing about Brightwinging is, again, you can use that global and get some advantages there. These giants were picked up by Falstad with the bribe. And Die for Vision is just going to posture here in the top lane now. I don't know what Durotan's couch plan is. They could have gone for an aggressive play here while Brightwing was down, but they are concerned about the global coming in and messing up all the plays. Brightwing's just going to walk in probably and then teleport in if people get into trouble. Both mid and Web Weavers are pretty much completely cleared out, so Die for Vision is going to see how much value they can get out of this Web Weaver in the top wave. Good thing is there's not a flanking position available for Durotan's couch here. which means we can still get a bit of value from Die for Vision here, but this Web Weaver isn't going to get much more. We're going to see a pull in plus a stun silence into Earl Schlepp. With the Gust coming out to make some space, they're going to be able to disengage. Regardless, mid fort did go down. And we're on with 2 Web Weavers apiece. We're at even stage. I think Die for Vision wanted to get more out of that, but Bribe is going to be Global Bribe is going to get this camp out nice and quickly. And they are still very close to getting another turn in. Looks like they're actually only 1 gem away. Misha's going to sit here and try to guard this up. Durotan's Couch desperately trying to get in their own turn in so they can try to swing the momentum of this game around back in their favor. Rainer's Raider is going to go down, and we're going to see the engagement coming out onto Stitches. He does go down, and Sailor Twift looking to stay alive with Counter-Strike, but unfortunately I think he's going to go down, and that's a nice 2-for-1 exchange for Die for Vision. 3 for nothing, sorry, exchange 2 for 1. What am I talking about? It was 3 for nothing, and that means a boss play is available for the side of Die for Vision, and despite a strong-looking early game from Durotan's Couch, we're starting to see that these mid-late game fights are going strongly in favor of Die for Vision. Now, with this this wall down here in the top lane, a 5-man push through could actually get it, and I think they might be able to get a turn-in off the back of this as well. I'd like to see them hold this. In fact, they did exactly that. Rexar was able to get the gems in they needed. And that's going to be a Web Weaver phase stacked upon a boss. And this is a checkmate position, potentially, at least a check position, for Die for Vision. Boss plus Web Weavers in the top lane is going to make things extremely difficult. Bruisers are going to do a good job in keeping out the mid lane pushed out, and bottom lane does have to deal with catapults. But this boss is going to take this keep, and it's going to take it quickly. Which means that with this and a Web Weaver, Core is desperately in trouble. Misha getting poked out pretty hard, but that is generally where you want the damage to go. The rest of the heroes staying alive. Nice 2-man silence from Sailor Twift, plus a great Counter-Strike, getting a ton of damage onto Earl Schlepp, and we can see the disengage comes through. They just want to see if they can put the damage here now in onto the Core. All the pressure have been applied. Boss is still alive, though, so it'll be interesting to see if they can actually finish here. It's going to be a close one, but we've got all of the members of Die for Vision just putting every ounce of damage they can into this Core. And that's not going to be the end. Unfortunately, 11% saved by Durotan's Couch. 4-man team wipe. And I think they still have enough gems for a return. No, they don't. They're still down 10 gems. They should be able to get 10 gems and a turn in before Die for Vision is all up. But 11% core is a scary deal, as that can be backdoored at almost any time in the game, just depending positionally on the rest of the teams. But that was a good 4-for-nothing exchange on the side of Durotan's Couch. I think the all-in came in a little late for Die for Vision. I think if they had just stepped up and taken the fight here instead of here, they probably would have been able to take that core down. 11% just is close enough to say that I think if they'd have just beelined for the core from the start, used their disengage tools to open up the windows they needed to be able to attack the core at the same time the boss and the Web Weaver was, I almost assure you that was going to be the end of the game. Now, Durotan's Couch, understanding the position they're in, they do have 20s coming around the corner. They still have 2 keeps up. They can push up this mid wave. Top's going to push in on its own. And they're going to see if they can exchange out a couple keeps here. If not, maybe go for the end of the game. We do see a nice pull silence onto the frontliners there of Die for Vision. Phoenix is going to do the rest of the work it needs to do to clear up this Web Weaver. They are going to be able to rotate into the bot lane and save this keep as well. So now it's just going to be a top lane push that need to defend against. And so far, they're doing quite well. If they only lose one keep here, they still stay significantly ahead, despite not having 20s. 20s are now got, as long as they all pull in, but nice root silence onto Amisha is going to make things a little bit rough for them. But I think Big Aggro might have messed up. He went a little bit too far forward here and is going to cost his team a kill. And that is going to be a full defense of all 3 keeps during the Web Weaver phase. Falstad is going to go in on a very risky maneuver to secure this kill onto Jaina. They do at least exchange out the Jaina, but the Emerald Wind gets interrupted by a silence. Well done, Sailor Twift, making sure that that doesn't come through. Although positionally, I don't think it was in any major spot to threaten anyone. And so here we're going to get the teams from both sides doing their best to just looks like it's actually just Die for Vision looking to get their camp here. I'm going to push out the camp. No one has turn-in. Gem count is about 14 to 15 gems in favor of Die for Vision. So we enter kind of the stalemate phase of the game. Things still generally in a better spot for Die for Vision. They are going to find an engagement onto Captain Wedge. That is not who you want to see caught out. 3-man Blessed Shield into a huge Flame Strike is going to secure the kill. Misha does go down. But Shamhat's going to keep Johanna alive. Indestructible is still available too as well, so not even all that necessary. And that kill is going to allow them to be able to turn in here, but I think that's still not a full gem exchange. So we're going to see them come over here and actually snipe out this mid camp. And with double mid camp in the mid lane could actually probably put a bunch of pressure onto this mid keep. And I'd like to see them just kind of all in this mid keep here. And Durotan's couch so worried about this boss play, don't see this double mid camp play come in. And that's actually going to be a problem because this is 11% core. This is the issue is with a gust. That's going to actually do a pretty good job. Counter-Strike does keep them alive, but it's just not going to matter. That's going to be game number 2. Going to Die for Vision. So we have a 1-1 matchup here today. Yeah, like the globals did still get good value at certain times in the map. Falstad finding lots of ways to make fly effective. Gust got a ton of good value. Emerald Wind was kind of okay, but it honestly didn't hit nearly as many targets as you'd like to see. But we got lots of value out of Kael'thas. This is a very good pick on this map in particular. And really now in NGS, Kael'thas is outperforming Jaina almost entirely across the board. So we're seeing that advantage there. Pop back up the talent so everyone can take another look. And then we will go to a break while I set up game number 3. Welcome back, everybody, to game number 3 between Die for Vision and Durotan's Couch. Again, we're swapped over a little bit. Blue side's Durotan's Couch. Die for Vision is red. Game number 3. Again, I don't know about game number 2, who is the actual map pick, but we do know who wins, which is Die for Vision. So game number 3 is going to be a Cursed Hollow map pick for Durotan's Couch. And it's going to be, we'll see who ends up the victory here on Cursed Hollow. And we might as well get right to it, into the game. All right. On the side of the blue, we have Durotan's Couch, Captain Wedge on the Thrall, Big Aggro playing Muradin, Afish on the Phoenix, Wildcard on the Anna, and Sailor Twift on the Greymane. On the red side, we have Die for Vision winning last map, looking for the closeout here. Leonidas back on the Kael'thas, Atlas playing Zool, Sulfide again on Falstad. We have Earl Schlepp on the Johanna, and we have Shamhat playing Stukov. So, you know, the Falstad was well played last matchup, and you know, this map in particular, it's even better. So, especially since boss control is important on this map, and you have a tool like Gust generally gives you a huge advantage into those types of exchanges. It makes it risky for the enemy team to go for it, and it makes it you know, a better boss secure tool when you go for it. So, let's see, Thrall rooted here by Zool, and a bunch of damage coming through. Might even get the pick off, but the placement of the Flame Strike not quite in a position to snag the kill there, unfortunately. It was a close thing, though. Zool's gonna go top to trade up with with Thrall, and to be honest, I like this kind of exchange between these two, as Zool, because he adds minions to the wave, it messes with Echo the Element stacking, and it also means that Thrall is always going to be fighting at the wall here, because he cannot clear this that fast. We see a bit of mid exchange here. Anna and Stukov are in the mid lane, while Muradin and Phoenix in the bot lane, as well as Leonidas and Earl Schlepp. I almost would have preferred to have Phoenix up here dealing with the Zool and not the Thrall. Thrall's actually fine into Falstad, as they both kind of are slow with the wave clear, especially early game. So we're going to see a bunch of damage coming in onto Atlas, but he's going to drop his shield and say, hell no, nothing's going to happen here today, folks. And this early camp is going to push up, which is fine. I mean, if the objective is here in the top lane, you're not going to get value out of it much during the objective itself, so you might as well get it out early, and so that you've got it back up and available later on. They do want to get this mid one, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Thrall's going to hold down top. Mid is going to be held down by Muradin. Phoenix is going to be in the bot lane, and Phoenix is winning out this exchange for sure. Like, this is definitely going to be in his favor most of the time. But I do think Phoenix wins out versus Zool actually pretty hard. Zool actually can't step up to do all of this wave clear without taking a ridiculous amount of damage from Phoenix. But, I mean, I'm not going to bitch about lane assignments for too long. But it's just one of those little things where sometimes you want to know what your matchups are, and you actually want to react to the lanes based off of who goes where. And you can actually sacrifice a minion or two in the first opening rounds to be able to figure that out. Falstad is going to grab Vision. He's probably going to come into the mid lane here to clear out this while the bot lane camp starts pushing up, and we're going to get a bit of stall out here. 5 men already committed to the top lane. Falstad's going to get about a bit of value here in the mid lane, but we do see a tiny bit of advantage. But a nice kill coming in onto Greymane. He was way too far out. And that is going to be the kill. Sailor Twift, the I think the computer put it into a really bad spot, and that did end up being a convert. did kill. So with the kill, with a bit of the side soaking, this camp's going to do pretty good, though. I do like the camp timing. Bottom lane, the timing was all right, but they didn't stall out the objective long enough for it to be super impactful. Sometimes you want to get this camp out much sooner, especially if the enemy team doesn't have a global. Greymane Falstad is not a good trade for Falstad unless he can get a good kiting position against Greymane. Especially once Greymane gets Quicksilver bullets, you almost can never get those kind of positionings on him. So it's but he does have better lane sustain in the end when it comes down to hammering games. It just kind of comes down to whether they can get he can find the avenues to get the poke in. And I think that was a little bit premature and might actually turn around to get the kill, but Ana comes in with a nice little Q to keep him alive. And this camp does finally go down. So both teams out of their camps get a front wall tower. Tower here, it's almost the second tower. Wall tower, and most of that tower is still alive. But the positioning of the objective was definitely in favor of Durotan, or of Die for Vision, and they're going to get the second hearse. Bosses are now available on the map. We'll see if anyone wants to try to make that play. Again, I do think Die for Vision has a slight advantage in that area. And they can even leave Falstad in lane. So, nice leap out by Big Agro, making sure he doesn't get locked down in a compromising position. We're going to see Zul quickly rotate down and get that little exchange. Falstad Thrall is a good matchup for Thrall. Phoenix, though, getting slowed, getting rooted. He does manage to E out of the root, though. A nice little unstoppable frame. Making sure he doesn't get locked down here. We're going to see the full 5-man rotation coming in. I feel like Die for Vision is not using this global as effectively as they could be. But they do end up finding Sailor Twift in a bad position and get a nice CC combo in there. And that's going to be Captain Wedge as well. So regardless of whether they're using the global as well as I'd like to see, they are definitely getting the kills they need. And that's definitely a nice advantage. Falstad's just going to clear out this camp that was pushing up here on the top lane, while the 4-man here focuses on the bottom, taking out this fort, maybe grabbing an Ana kill. That route was very well timed. Ana a little bit too far up, and that's definitely going to cost the death there for... So we keep having issues when it comes down to all right, they're advancing really well up onto this. Looks like they're going to go for a keep wall, as they still have the 4-man kind of in here plus tents. So they're going to see if they can be aggressive on this and push up very nicely onto this wall. Curse still has 10 seconds left. They can still definitely push this into the keep, which I would like to see them do, as there's not a whole lot left you can do. But again, rotating out is not a bad idea, because you can definitely be engaged on here. You're not going to get the keep, so... Although, I mean, this was such a big wave. Honestly, I think they might have been able to get the keep, because Zul could kill that in one swipe, put the rest of the damage here, and that's another 4 minions, or 8 minions, or whatever that he spawns. Another 4 minions that he spawns right on top of that. And given the fact that they had this much damage already on it, I think that keep was forfeit. So a bit of a misplay, I think, by Die for Vision there. That was an opportunity for them to be able to secure themselves a significant win in the bot lane with that keep there, and they kind of chickened out on it. Now we can see that Durotan's Couch was a little worried about this boss, but unfortunately Greymane is just going in and getting picked apart. And this is kind of the thing that we've been discussing a lot in just our own teams and stuff like that, is how good is Greymane actually? And I think the answer lies in a couple things. it comes down to he is better than he was, and he was never fully out of the meta in the first place. Nice engagement coming out. Why he didn't go in for those less of the auto attacks, I will never know. In fact, that disengage might be good, but the Silence comes in and stops the Purification Salvo from coming through. And Wildcard is going to die to this Kael'thas damage, and so it doesn't really matter. In the end, they still do get the kill. And it's a 3v5 in the top lane. I don't really know what Durotan's Couch here is doing. They're kind of getting themselves routed here, and that's going to be another kill. Greymane in the mid lane, not anywhere near his team, and that is definitely going to cost them another 2 or 3 kills. Greymane, Phoenix, and Anna did in that long exchange eventually die. And Division just going to grab this camp, see if they can grab the top wall. I mean, the more walls they get down here, the better those bosses are, and going to be putting pressure onto the keeps. So very well played there by Durotan's, or by Division. Another objective is coming up, but I don't think that objective is a big deal. I wonder if they just go for the boss. And that does appear to be the play coming out from Durotan's Couch. They say, hey, we don't really care. Let's just go for the boss. See if we can get it. One, removed from the table as a boss pushing this bottom lane could be a real problem. And B, but here's the thing I don't like is their lane assignments here. Captain Wedge should be the one clearing up, finishing the clear on the top lane, and up there, Anna should be over here making sure their team isn't vulnerable to being dove as they are super low on health. I'm not certain what the delay there was from Division. Now they're going to go for their boss, but the exchange is definitely going to come out here, and we're going to see Durotan's Couch make the rotation because they were concerned about the boss being taken here. Just curious about Division's choice on that. They only needed one person on that. They could have started this boss a long time ago. Especially when they didn't see anyone coming in. Easy, easy. So, Sulfide getting pressured a bit by Muradin and Greymane, but now Greymane is in a terrible spot. He cannot possibly get out, but he's going to go for the exchange. Gus is going to keep him alive. Atlas is going to die, though, and that is going to be the first kill on the board for Durotan's Couch, but it does get exchanged out. Phoenix getting the kill, and now Sailor Twift in an absolute terrible position. Has to go in to see if they can get the kill, but that just didn't happen. This bottom boss is almost cleared up. It's going to take the fort, but it's not going to get anything more than that. And 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Division means that this tribute is most likely forfeit as well. And that's Durotan's Couch having to give up a 5th tribute. Not one have they managed to achieve in this game. So the boss does make it up to the wall, does get a little bit of tower damage, but it does just then die. Division saying, you know, we're going to be 16 soon, then we can go for the boss play and potentially end the game. Might even be able to do it off of a tribute, or they're just going to go for the tribute. I'm not entirely certain what the plan is here. I think you can go for the safe play and just give this up. Get 16s and then go for boss, which is exactly what we're going to see them go. Durotan's Couch, realizing that they're not coming down here, probably understands that the boss is going to be what is picked up. They will get the exchange, but they're going to have to come up here for this defense because this keep is absolutely in dire straits. 16 to 14 fight underneath the keep with the boss is a scary position for Durotan's Couch to be in. Especially with this camp being taken, that's a lot of siege damage that has now been applied to this lane. Boss, catapult, siege giants. Now we're gonna have to see Durotan's Couch take a fight here. There goes the Sundering nice and early, but it's not gonna do anything really except get him killed, and that is Captain Wedge dead, and this might just be the end of the game here starting to happen. Afish dropping to 60 health. And I think that this might be the beginning of the end here, as this is a full health boss with siege giants, with a full wave. Taylor Twift doing her best to get into that backline and kill some heroes, but the real problem is the boss and the Siege Giants. Those things alone will perhaps win the game, and Gus comes in, secures the victory, and that is going to be game number 3 going in favor of Die for Vision for a 2-1 victory over Durotan's couch. Well done. Oh, sorry. Let's get the statistics up. That's what's important here. But again, stats on this map really isn't the big deal, outside of just the amount of death exchanges here are so heavily in favor of Die for Vision. But the macro plays, the clutch team fights, and that boss play at the end was definitely the right thing. You give up the tribute, who cares? Boss is what ends the game. Go for it, get a free boss. Secure that lane and win the game. And there you go, folks. Die for Vision taking the last 2 games after Durotan's couch wins a convincing game number 1 on Battlefield of Eternity. And that's going to be it. I know there probably wasn't a lot of people in today, as it is just the middle of the afternoon. Saturday or not tends to be a rough time for everybody to be in. I will have this uploaded in hopefully this afternoon. I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of afternoon streaming as well. Either some Heroes of the Storm or some other game, whatever the case it may be. And then I have Nexus Edge recording happening later on tonight. So if you're feeling up to it and you haven't already, please hit the follow button. Outside of that, please, if you're feeling generous, donations from the bottom of the tip jar, biddies, and or subs, of course, are always welcome. And we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.